Just good morning. Please take your seat. Gaurav.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gaurav. Please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is GAURAV. I belong to Nalanda district of Bihar. Sir, I have done my schooling from Sainik School, Tilaiya, Jharkhand. Then I completed Bachelor in Engineering and Mechanical Engineering from RGPV Bhopal. Sir, after that I have been preparing for civil services exam. And my hobby is diary writing.
How many times you appeared for civil services?
Sir, 4 times.
So what was the outcome?
Sir, 2 times I reached till men's stage.
Okay.
2 times I could not clear prelims exam.
Okay. What was the option?
Sir, my optional is political science and international relations.
Okay. This year also you appeared.
Yes, sir, I applied this year.
So have you qualified?
No, sir, I could not.
Okay. You have still your chance left.
Yes, sir, I have still 2
So
chances.
next year you will appear. 2023.
Yes, sir, I will try if I will have. If
What
I will be able
what
to
else you have appeared for other than civil services?
Sir, the state PSC's exam.
You BPSC.
Yes, sir, BPSC.
66 BPSC.
Not 66, sir. 64th and 65th.
Result has already come, I think.
Yes, sir, result has already.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, Gaurav. My members will start.
Yes.
I will join in the last.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello Gaurav.
Yes.
Gaurav, you are from Sainik School, Tilaiya.
Yes.
Okay. So which was the first Sainik school and when was it established?
Sorry, sir. I could not.
And when were the concept of Sainik school? Who brought this concept?
Sir, it was started in 1960s
Okay.
by the defense minister.
Can you name the defense minister who started
Sorry,
it?
sir, I could not.
Okay. So have you witnessed a decline in the standards of Sainik school over time? Tell about your time and as well as the time since you have left the school.
Yes, sir, there has been little decline. Earlier, more students used to clear the National Defense Academy exam. Currently, sir, it is reducing.
Okay, so you did not appear for ND exams?
Sir, I applied for the ND exam and in fact I cleared the written examination as well. But sir, when I was in class 12, that time in this jump I had a leg fracture. That's why, sir, I could not go for the SSB.
Okay. So you are from Nalanda.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the ruins of Nalanda University? Have
Yes.
you visited the place?
Yes, sir, I have studied.
Are you aware who destroyed Nalanda University at the first place?
Yes, sir, it was destroyed by the Bakhtiyar Khiljis.
And what would have been the time period?
Sir, I think it was around 1100.
Sure,
Yes, sir, it was in 12th century.
12th century.
I don't remember the exact year.
So can you describe those ruins in detail in 3-4 sentences?
Yes, sir, it was earlier it was an ancient university, and it is even considered as one of the first residential universities in the world. They were teaching done in various subjects like mathematics, grammar, Buddhist, and other subjects.
Okay. So your option was PSIR.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you clearly demarcate what has changed in India's foreign policy since the current foreign minister has taken charge?
Yes, sir. After the current foreign minister has taken charge, now we have become more vocal, and now India is able to give his views in a more more with more strategic autonomy as compared to earlier. And
Okay. So, but how do you see an individual creating such a deep impact on India's foreign policy? Because foreign policies they evolve over time.
yes,
So don't you think it's too much to say and too much to attribute to one individual that things have changed so drastically?
sir, I think media focus is also now more on India, and one of the reason of that is our current foreign minister, as he was earlier foreign policy expert as well. So I think that is a reason as well.
Okay. So he simply on this episode of Nupur Sharma.
Yes,
So you knew his views were he was very clearly in
Yes.
opposition to whatever she said, and he was very clearly not defending it anyhow.
yes, sir.
So don't you think India went a little too ahead in somehow not defending itself and somehow letting the world know that yes, there is something wrong in India, and accepting its mistake at the first place when it should have done more?
Sir, I think that whatever was happening was our internal matter. So we were thinking to deal it in our internal way only.
No, but we simply said in front of the Middle East countries, we accepted our mistake and we were caught on the defensive. And later, all the countries they called our ambassadors,
Yes.
etc.
So because we have many NRIs in Middle East and many migrant
So
workers.
you
are-
justify in whatever India did there.
Sir, I think if there are internal matters, then we will deal in our own way. But sir, there are after the international ramification happened. So after that, we had to deal in another manner.
Okay. My last question to you is, what is the interest rate that EPFO provides to its subscribers currently?
Sir, currently it's 8.10.
Who decides this rate?
Sir, it is decided by the Ministry of Finance.
And have you heard about the Central Board of Trustees?
Yes, sir, Central. I have heard about.
Has it got any role in this decision?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
So those were my questions. Sorry.
Yes.
Now, sir will continue.
Hello, Gaurav.
Yes.
So, Gaurav, do you write diary daily?
No, sir, not daily. Like once in a fortnight or whenever I get free time.
Okay. So, have you read any great personalities diary?
No, sir, I didn't.
So, what do you write in your diary about?
Sir, about my personal experiences, whatever I.
When was the last time you wrote diary?
So last time I wrote, I think about 10 days, before 10 days, when after prelims result came and I could not clear it. So I wanted to share my thoughts,
What were your thoughts?
that what were my mistakes and what I need to improve upon.
What were your mistakes? What do you think?
Sir, I think,
Whatever you wrote in the diary, that only you do.
yes sir, I think, sir, I attempted more questions in the prelims exam. I took little bit extra guesses and that could not work in my favor.
But you must have thought something before doing this. What was the reason? Why did you take that chance?
Sir, actually question paper was tough. And after attempting whatever questions we know, we have to take risks to clear the exam, because nobody knows more than I think 40 45 questions, and I took
What
the
is the
risk.
basis for all these things? Like, have you done any survey? Like, nobody
Sir,
has done.
earlier also I have applied for the prelims
See,
exam.
but how do you know about others?
What about this?
Like, no one can score 40 about 45 or something. You said nobody knows about 45.
This is generally the trend in the friend circle. Lot I have heard in the topper talks, and I myself felt it. That's why.
Have you seen toppers marks, prelims marks any day?
Yes, sir. I have seen the toppers.
Because I have seen toppers score 140, 150 also.
Yes, sir. There are some people scoring 140s as well.
So, don't you think your ambitions in life are very low? Why do you want to settle for small things? Don't you think this is a trend? This has been trend in your life.
No, sir. I don't think that. Like, my ambition is to clear civil services, and I think it is a.
But it has been so many years.
Yes, sir. I tried for it, but I could not clear it. And now, sir, whatever I will get according to my abilities, I will be happy with that. I think,
No,
sir.
that's what you you are always ready to accept whatever less that you are getting?
Sir, I think, sir, we must strive for bigger things in life, and we must try to work hard.
Prime Minister has said that we will be achieving doubling of farmers' income by 2022.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Sir, I think it will not be achieved by 2022, but yes, we are surely going to achieve it in the coming years. Like there are many schemes which are being implemented, and due to after those reforms, we will be able to do it in the future. Currently, sir, we will
How
not.
much can you guess? Like what is the intent? What is the approximate timeline by when we will achieve?
I think, sir, within next 6 to 8 years, we can achieve if we
6 to
will
8.
if we will be able to implement the reforms in a proper manner.
Okay. And by when do you think will be 5 trillion economy?
Sir, currently I can't say anything because, sir, the pandemic has brought so much uncertainty, and even Ukraine-Russia war.
Tell
is
me, according to the government of India or the Prime Minister's vision, when will be 5 trillion economy?
Sir, it was planned till I think, sir, 2025.
And what does IMF say?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
So I'll tell you. IMF says that it is possible only after 2029.
Yes, sir.
So what will be your guess when we'll reach it?
I think we will not be able to achieve it by 2025 because, sir, currently pandemic has brought so much uncertainties, and, sir, war is going on between.
You have mentioned pandemic so many times. Tell me,
Yes.
like 5 impacts that it has made on our economy,
Yes, sir.
and tell me real impacts. Don't tell me like people have lost job. If you have data to back it up,
Yes, sir.
then only.
So there has been negative GDP growth rate. It was around -7%. And, sir,
How many months?
yes, sir.
For how many months?
So it was for an entire fiscal year.
That's
Yes, sir. 21,
tell me
22,
second.
21. And, sir, there has been less economic activity in the country.
But again, give me like concrete information.
Sir, for example, hotel industries, tourism industries, it has impacted very strongly to those industries. And, sir, in other sector as well, there has been, I think, sir, except agricultural, all other sectors, there were negative growth rate. That has impacted our economy in a huge
All
way.
this is captured in the GDP growth rate. Tell me something else. You mentioned it was like such a devastation.
Yes, sir.
So tell me other things. How impact happened? I realized there has been slowdown in industries.
Yes,
There
sir.
was less in demand, etc.
Sir, I think, sir, GDP growth rate is one of the main factor to consider that how a country is growing.
Tell me how GDP in India is measured.
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall.
Okay. So about tell me the difference between fiscal deficit. You mentioned fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit and revenue deficit.
Sir, revenue deficit is basically the gross revenue, whatever the government has earned, and
Sorry. Can you
sir,
tell me?
revenue deficit is the difference between the revenue earned by the government and the revenue expenditure, sir.
Okay.
And, sir, fiscal deficit is basically the borrowings of the government to finance its deficit, sir.
What deficit?
Sorry, sir.
You are a mechanical engineer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as a mechanical engineer, don't you think India is underperforming in the industrial sector overall? Even since our liberalizations in 1991, we are such a laggard compared to industrialized nations like China.
Yes, sir.
What are the reasons? Tell me 3 reasons.
Sir, I think We have directly jumped to the service sector after the liberalization. Our focus has been more on the services sector. We have skipped this.
Whose focus was there on the service sector?
So government focus was more on the services sector.
Achha, tell me like 2-3 very successful schemes and that government bought out to promote service sector
So there have been IT parks developed.
by government.
Yes, sir.
Who developed IT parks? Can you give me some examples? Where?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
Sir, our focus has been less on the industrial development and more on the that service sector development. That is one of the reason why.
How focus? You are saying focus. I have never seen any focus on service sector.
Yes,
Convince me otherwise.
sir. There is a skill set issue as well.
You know what government has done? You said na government's focus was there on the service sector.
Yes.
I have not seen any focus. Anyways, it's done for my friends.
Okay, Gaurav.
Yes.
Justify that you are a good candidate for this job, EPFO,
Yes.
enforcement officer.
Yes.
Why you feel that you are a fit case?
Sir, I'm an honest person and I have leadership qualities which I got to learn during my stint at my school.
Mm-hmm.
And sir, I've been preparing for civil services, so I have knowledge about different national and international affairs.
Mm-hmm. So you feel that you are a fit candidate.
Yes, sir.
What is the history of Nalanda?
Sir, Nalanda is famous for ancient Nalanda University, sir, which was established by the during the Gupta Empire, and sir, it is considered as the most. It is considered as the oldest residential university, and it was a place of great learning during the ancient era. And sir, it was part of the Magad Empire.
Who was the king at that time?
Sir, it was established during the Gupta Empire, but Nalanda has been a part earlier of Magad Empire.
Tell me something about the newer developments in Rajgir.
Sir,
Have you visited Rajgir?
not before 2 years.
Tell me some developments are going on there.
Yes,
Is it-
sir. One and recently, sir, wildlife safari has opened in the Rajgir, and sir, there has been one glass breeze has opened, and it is the second glass breeze, I think.
Anything more in Rajgir?
And
Why
sir,
it is famous?
Sir, it is famous because it was the earlier capital of the Magad Empire before Patliputra. Rajgir was the capital.
Nothing to do with Buddhist circuit.
Yes, sir. There
You're
are
not mentioning it.
yes, sir. There are Buddhist
Lot
temples.
of lot of foreigners goes there from
Yes, sir.
the circuit.
There is Vishwasanti Stupa.
That I wanted.
Yes, sir, which has been developed by with the help of Japanese.
Okay, what is the tourist potential of Bihar? Places, tell me what are the important places one
Yes.
should visit when
Yes,
you
sir.
go for the state visit.
Yes, sir.
Please tell.
We can sir visit Nalanda for seeing the ruins of Nalanda University. Then we can visit.
New university has already come up.
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Which place it is?
It is in Nalanda district only, sir. It is near.
How much distant from the old ruins?
Sir, I think it is around 10 kilometers.
Have you seen that?
I have not visited the new universities.
Okay, it is already functional.
Yes, sir. It is functional.
Okay. Okay, then tell.
Yes, sir.
What are the other tourist
Then
places?
there is Pavapuri in Nalanda.
Why it is famous? Pavapuri.
Sir, there Lord Mahavira got the Nirvana,
Hmm.
and it is a very sacred place for Jain community.
Hmm.
Then sir, there is Rajgir.
Hmm.
There are Buddhist temples. Then sir, we have Bodh Gaya, sir, where Lord Buddha got enlightenment.
Hmm.
And sir, there is Mahabodhi temple, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sir, then we have Vaisali district. There are different.
In Gaya itself, there is some temple.
Yes, sir. I have mentioned about it. Sir, Bodh Gaya. in Bodh Gaya
Is
is
the
in there.
Vishnupad temple? Have you seen that?
I have not seen that.
But
sir.
it is a very famous world class.
Yes, sir. Vishnupad temple is
And why not mentioning all these things?
nearby Falgu rivers.
Suppose, yeah, then you have to tell why it is important.
Yes.
Everybody has to go for the Pitra Visarjan, all
yes.
these things.
Yes, sir.
In the only one place in whole world.
Yes, sir. It is only.
Yes.
Yes.
Then
Sir, Vaisali. There are.
just mention the name only.
Yes, sir.
Suppose your friend is coming from USA and you want to suggest him that okay, Bihar is very rich into this
Yes.
potential. What
Yes.
you will say? That is my question.
Yes, sir.
Please tell. List the list.
Then, sir, Vaisali.
Hmm.
Then, sir, in Patna, he can visit Kumrar. There are ruins of Magad Empire.
Hmm.
And then, sir, Kundalpur, which is the birthplace of Lord Mahavira. Then, sir, Sitamari. There are places associated with Ramayana, Lord Ram and Sita. These are.
Lauria.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you heard from Lauria?
Lauria Caves.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I have heard of Lauria Caves.
Then national parks.
Yes, sir.
Of
There
Bihar?
is only one national park, that is Valmiki National Park,
Okay.
and it is in the West Champaran district.
Okay. Centuries, बताइए. Tell. How many
Sir,
centuries are there? Bihar.
Sir, I don't remember the exact.
Not only one. There are 17 centuries in Bihar.
Yes, sir. There are. In fact, even one sanctuary is in Rajgir also, sir.
No, other than Rajgir. Very famous near. I give you a hint. Bhagalpur.
Yes, sir. I remember the district, but I am not able to recall the name exactly.
What is the importance of self-help group in economic development of women?
Sir, self-help group.
What did? Have you heard this term?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Self-help
sir.
group.
Yes, sir. I have heard this.
What for it is made? Group.
Sir, some like group of women come together and with a common goal. Sir, like if they want credit, then there are schemes like self-help group bank linkage program, which has been started by NABARD. So they can get easier credit, and even the risks, like they are starting if any business, then
Like-
risks can be divided.
Like
even
business, like
for anything, like any kind of business, if like 4 or 5 group of
I
women-
want business. You just cite one or two examples.
Yes, sir. Like if they are opening any tailor shop, like
Tailor shop.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Or if like there has been some even successful business like papad business in Gujarat.
Mhm. Liquor prohibition is
Yes.
a big issue in Bihar.
Yes,
What do you take about it? It's the right approach for this. For the state government, or the state government is losing a very important revenue, which otherwise would have been plowed back for the development. What do you take about it?
sir. I think, sir, liquor is a big issue in Bihar, and the ban is right. But I think, sir, on implementation part, it's not happening in a proper manner.
Suppose you are the development commissioner of Bihar. What
Yes.
fine tuning you will bring about?
Sir, I can think about better checking,
Like.
better checking at the border posts.
It means in your opinion, there is no checking.
Sir, it is happening, but we are lacking on some part, because there have been instances of people dying because of drinking spurious liquors as well. And I will also do checking in my state itself about the spurious liquors which are being made illegally. I will even try to counter that as well, sir, because there have been deaths in several districts of Bihar due to that. And sir, there has been even a positive change in Bihar as well after the liquor ban.
Like
Because sir, earlier domestic violence was more, but it has helped in reducing.
Tadi is allowed.
Yes, sir.
Tadi is allowed there.
Yes, sir. Tadi is still allowed in Bihar, sir.
Okay. My last question is caste survey.
Yes, sir.
State government is still going on for that,
Yes.
but government of India is not very keen about it.
Yes.
why this difference of opinion to state and government of India? Why state government want to
Sir,
go for that?
Sir, I think if caste census will be taken up, there are vested interest of.
It's a census or survey? First, decide this thing.
Sir,
What is the difference between survey and census? Can you call it a census?
no, sir.
In true sense,
No, sir. It is.
It's a survey?
It is survey.
survey.
Yes.
So my question is, why state government is insisting upon it, doing there some andolan for that? Everybody is crying that
Yes.
okay, go for that.
Sir, I think there are vested interest of political parties as well, because sir, in Bihar there has been caste politics.
Vested interest like
So they can use it as a factor in elections. Like sir, during 90s, caste was a big factor during Bihar elections in past.
So how it will help in the election?
It can help them to garner support during the elections for them by showing the numbers. They can utilize their support from different.
Okay, Gaurav, your formal interview is over now.
Yes.
You will get the feedback from our esteemed members.
Yes. Thank you.
I will sum up in the last.
Yes.
Okay, hello Gaurav, your interview is on which date?
Sir, it's on 20 July.
28th July.
Yes.
We have 10 days.
Yes.
See, a couple of things we have to do.
Yes.
Beyond that, you seem to be a bright prospect.
Yes.
You were answering good about Bihar.
Yes.
So, were you under stress?
Yes, sir. I'm under little stress
Okay,
because this is my first big interview like in UPSC.
okay. So, which year you passed out of Sainik School?
Sir, in 2012.
2012, right.
Yes.
See, the first thing is you started on negative notes to a number of replies.
Yes.
Abstain from that.
Yes.
Like, namely 2-3 questions I'll tell. I asked about, downfall of Sainik schools and ill performance, etc.
Yes.
See, although you're right that the selections in NDA is decreasing,
Yes.
but more number of people are getting in IITs, Olympiads, etc.
Yes.
There is a flip side to that has to be brought always.
Yes.
Even if a negative clue is thrown at you,
Yes.
like in the end when sir asked about the caste census, he
Yes.
was trying to ask about the state government. Why is it so emphatic about it, right?
Yes.
But you mentioned about political parties and they will be benefited from it and all.
Yes.
So don't come to this negative angle till the time you are being forced for it.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can have analytical angles to it.
Yes.
Like very clearly, if you know the number of people belonging
Yes,
to different
it can
castes,
help in implementation of different schemes for.
very good.
Yes.
So that is
that I wanted.
that is the approach of a bureaucrat. I mean,
Yes.
you are not concerned with political mayhem, whatever is there in it. Although you have to understand it,
Yes.
but a very clear neutrality and objectivity has to be,
Yes.
always it has to be there on your part.
Yes.
So try to practice that. You don't start with negative sentences
Yes.
till the time you are not forced to go into the negative territory. You avoid it.
Yes.
Right. And even if a negative question is there and you partially agree to it, even then you have to end it on a positive conclusion. Try to balance it somehow. Like in that NDA question itself, you could have ended it, but yes, sir, there is a reduction in NDA, but definitely in other areas the schools are performing well, better.
Yes.
And your schools, Telaya, it is sending a lot of people to Olympiads. A lot of people are doing excellent in science Olympiads,
Yes.
maths, etc.
Yes.
Right? In sports as well,
Yes.
the school is excelling.
Yes.
So you cannot say that the Sainik schools altogether they have,
Yes.
they are not doing well, etc. And you just skipped a very simple question: how GDP in India is measured. You should have had some opinion, some idea. These are very basic questions. Don't have to say, "I'm sorry, sir, for this."
Yes.
You are a civil services aspirant.
Yes.
Think deeper on these questions. And on the part of presentation, you were not allowing the interviewer to finish the question
Yes.
on a number of occasions.
Yes.
Even while the interviewer was speaking, you were speaking simultaneously. Don't do this.
Yes.
It shows a mark of disrespect to the board members.
Yes.
So let the interviewer finish. Take a pause. Don't be in a hurry to answer. Take a pause 1 or 2 seconds.
Yes.
Use your brains. Assemble your thoughts.
Yes.
Then come up with a crisp reply. 3 sentences only.
Yes.
Not more than that.
Yes.
You can do much better than this. I'm sure you have a very deep potential
Yes.
that is, lying underneath.
Yes.
You have to take it to the fore.
Yes.
Practice hard, and you can give another mock as well with better preparation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Use mirror to speak. Techniques one learns in Science School when preparing for NDA.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you appear in that SSB.
Sir, I could not go due to that length.
Okay, you didn't appear altogether.
Yes, sir. Because I had medical issues.
Okay. So now sir will add to the feedback.
See, sir has told very relevant points. Gaurav,
Yes.
when sir was also taking the interview, you came out as a very pessimistic kind of a candidate. I mean, due to some answers that you gave, like sir also mentioned. So
Yes.
that's why I asked you all these things, and you all again displayed that also. I don't know where, even after directly pointing it out, then also your answers were very pessimistic. Like the kind of words that you choose. Like for example, I asked, will we be able to achieve the target of doubling farmers' income?
Yes.
You directly say that no, we will not be able to. So this is good, but since I had already, this is a good way to answer, but being forthright is welcome. But since I had asked you about this pessimism and all, you could have replied that, sir, we have made a lot of progress, but we won't be able to achieve it by next year. And then when I asked you about timeline, you said 6 to 8 years. Why you are giving 6 to 8 years? Don't you think it's too long?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if even you don't have any data to back anything up, right? So why then say 6 to 8 years even,
Yes.
right?
Whether
Say we'll achieve it in future.
Yes, sir. I mean, I think.
I'm not sure about it. Then I would have told you to take a guess. Then you could have said that maybe sir by next 3-4 years. Why take 6-8 years? Nobody is going to. I'm not going after you after 6-8 years. I will not search for you and ask why didn't it happen.
Yes.
So be positive.
Yes.
It doesn't take anything from you. So try to be positive is what I would say.
Yes.
In general also, throughout all the answers, be
Yes.
positive. Positive feeling is always required. In mains answer also, it's recommended
Yes.
that you write positive conclusion,
Yes, sir.
forward looking, right?
Yes.
So implement that here also whenever you talk about anything.
Yes.
And regarding the questions that I asked you a little bit about mechanical engineering,
Yes.
right? So mechanical engineering, although a lot of time has passed, but since you have not done anything after that,
Yes.
so questions might be asked out of mechanical engineering, its applications,
Yes.
and other issues that are kind of like even industrial relations, etc. can be asked from you because it's an allied topic.
Yes, sir.
So be prepared on these lines. You have time,
Yes.
so that is why you have good time to improve on this. And for diary writing also, I would say
Yes.
be a little prepared. I mean,
Yes.
always you can give these kind of answers you can give an escape. This is what an escape.
Yes.
That yes sir, I write in 15 days, I write about my feelings,
Yes.
and then whenever someone asks, you can tell about these kind of things. It is very easy escape, but I think you can formulate better answers and display your personality.
Yes.
Like this doesn't this discussion on diary writing that we had, like 3-4 questions, whatever,
Yes, sir.
it did not add any value to your marks.
Yes.
You are concerned about your marks.
Yes.
So let me tell you, like it did not add anything. It might have subtracted, let's say 2-5 marks or whatever,
Yes.
but it did not add anything. So why leave anything when you have a fixed area from where you can score?
Yes.
So you can focus, give it 1 day or 2 day at max, or give 1 hours daily.
Yes.
That will be enough. You'll know more about diary writing, who wrote diaries,
Yes.
and what great people wrote diaries, what did they write in their diaries.
Yes.
And for yours also, go through your diary if you really write it. See what
Yes.
if there is something interesting or some good anecdote or something you can tell the board about, rather than your prelims failure and all that. Then questions will start jumping from there. Na?
Yes.
I failed prelims and then I wrote about my mistakes,
Yes.
etc. etc. So, but formulate a better answer. And
Yes.
any answer that you are formulating on your basic questions, it should be such that Even if follow-up questions are asked from that topic, then it's to your advantage rather than to your detriment.
Yes.
You know, whatever answer that you formulate should be
Yes.
to your advantage.
Yes.
You know, that's it from my side.
One more thing I would like to add. When asked
Yes.
about Sainik School, you were unaware of when they were established and who established. See, the keywords that ever you utter from your mouth, be ready for follow-up questions on them.
Yes.
Read about that. It's 1961 and Satara was the first Sainik School established.
Yes.
And late Shri V.K. Krishnamenon, the first defense minister, he established.
Yes.
So you must be remembering and you
I
must have
was,
read all this.
Sir, I was remembering his name, but I was not very
Able to-
confident.
Okay, so read about, so whatever keywords, focus on the keywords in your DAF as well as in your intro. Whatever
Yes.
you utter from your mouth, there will be follow-up questions on
Yes.
it. Right.
Okay, Gaurav, our esteemed member have already pointed it out to you.
Yes.
The important and very valuable tips that will be very, very helpful to you when you go for the actual interview.
Yes.
This mock interview, the basic purpose is just to show you where you fault.
Yes.
Okay, so my observation is that you are a very good candidate.
Yes.
You have all the potential to win this position,
Yes.
but with certain remarks.
Yes.
And one is that your preparation, I feel, is not. I mean, you know the things, but very sketchy.
Yes.
When I ask about Nalanda, you should tell a very, very crisp reply
Yes.
in a very short. Why it is important? Who was that time? Khilji destroyed it and all these things. So then, okay. Then I asked the Rajgir and then tourism potential. I have to all the time give you a hint for that. Say something. Say something.
Yes.
Vishnupad is a very, very
Yes.
important.
It is very famous.
You can, if you will think it and reflect in your mind, then you can tell all the replies.
Yes.
But it is not very well structured. That was the basic problem with you.
Yes.
Then I told you about the national park and sanctuaries. These are the basic informations
Yes,
that
sir.
I wanted that one dolphin sanctuary is there in Bhagalpur. Do you know this thing?
Yes, sir. I knew about it. It is
Vikramshila.
even first
Yeah,
in the country.
it's very, very important.
Yes,
Very
sir.
prestigious, and the number of dolphins has also increased. Recently, the government of India had done a survey of it.
Yes.
So it is very heartening that dolphins number has increased. It's a very, very important endangered species of that.
Yes, sir. It is even national aquatic animal.
Obviously, so they should tell all these things
Yes.
when the opportunity is given. When I ask about the self-help group in Nalanda itself, there is a very good, successful women self-help group. They're doing for the mushroom and all these things.
Yes.
They're earning a lot.
Yes.
A lot. Read about all success stories of Bihar. Okay,
Yes.
everything is available. What is the thing is that you have to arrange your thought and structure your replies in a better way. Then prohibition is such a nice step. I mean, CM has taken. You
Yes.
should always take the line of the government.
Yes.
You never fault, never criticize it that due to liquor, then death is there. All pessimistic and negative things you should not show to you.
Yes.
But the question is that the benefit of the prohibition, there are n number of things that you can say.
Yes.
Because it is already a successful story in the Gujarat. Bihar has followed it.
Yes.
To take a bold decision like prohibition, it will always be appreciated by the bureaucrats. Why not?
Yes.
Unless or until you are yourself liquor liker. I mean, ऐसा तो नहीं है. So otherwise it is a very, very nice.
Yes.
And
it's a nice.
women are always supporting to the Nitish Kumar for that. He get lot of votes for that.
Yes, sir.
So even caste survey, you told about the negative part of it. I say that it is very, very helpful for the to know to delineate the number of the pichda, ati pichda, param pichda. So many groups in Bihar.
And even in Bihar already.
That will be
is
very
some
helpful.
Categorization.
So take a government line always.
Yes.
Nobody is going to give you bad mark for that because it is a set line of the state government.
Yes.
After all, state government is very, very important. In the federal structure, the state government is equally important than the government of India.
Yes, sir.
Right? Take that line. Then these are my observation that if you fine tune all your replies and frame in a better way, you prove to be a very, very good candidate.
Yes.
So I request you that come for full preparation
Yes.
before your interview once again,
Yes.
and by that time your performance will be much, much improved.
Yes.
So wish you good luck for that, and आप अपनी तैयारी अपना चालू और keep yourself updated about everything,
Yes.
especially Bihar and government of India.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wish you good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, Gaurav.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you,
Stay
sir.
positive.
Yes.